G'day, guys, and welcome back to another live stream. So good to see all of you guys here. So we're just going to be answering a few questions tonight and just chilling out. So we've got a few bit of news to tell you as well. So please, before we start, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. So we'll bring good old Jason in. Good evening, Jason.
What's happening, everybody? It's been 2 weeks. Hopefully everyone's been out buying a lot of stuff, doing a bit of shooting, and everything in between. What have you been up to? Let us know. I shot a deer last weekend. How good's that? Very goddamn good, I would say.
Yeah, it is. I didn't realize you were going hunting. I forgot that you told me. Now that I saw you all on your Facebook page, and boom, you're out hunting. Yes, that sounds
It
good.
was a good weekend. It was a good weekend. Some of the other guys, just that I know from the areas as well, mate, they were successful on some bucks that weekend for the Easter weekend. So one of the guys, in particular, took his first buck, a damn good buck at that. I thought mine was a doe initially. Because it was just shit house genetics, man. Like, I don't think it was a spiker, but just little knobbly antlers. It was just mangled, but you know what? Great meat animal, perfect. I couldn't, I was thinking, should I pass it up? But I didn't really have an opportunity to pass it up because I had to make a decision pretty quickly, and I thought, I'm a couple of days from going home. I need to gut, process, break down. So. Yeah, it was a good fellow, actually. When I actually got down there, I thought, geez, bigger than I thought, actually. So, I was pretty happy. Took a lot of the meat, gave a bit away as well. A couple other guys got some deer. They got some meat. Damn bloody good weekend, I reckon.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, well, I didn't go shooting. I sold a gun, though. I sold one of my hunting rifles.
Well, instead of selling hunting rifles, maybe it's time to actually go hunting. That might be nice, eh?
Yeah, when do I get time, though? That's the thing.
True.
Yeah.
So what's been happening in the world of the internet and guns? I've been away for 5 days, so I've been out of the market, you might say. But Major Buzzkill says Dan Andrews supports duck hunters. Well, depends how you look at it. If reduced bag seasons is support, but he has done quite a number of straight up interviews before he was elected saying he wasn't going to get rid of duck hunting. So who knows what he really thinks? Well, I guess we'd never know. But he did have that interview when one of those, I think one of those advocacy freaks was asking him questions, and he said no, he wouldn't be banning it. But interesting, eh?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts down there on Daniel Andrews, guys? Let us know. Obviously, it's probably not going to be good.
There's a show I'll be doing in a couple of weeks, actually, about this. D40 brought an Atlas bipod attachment from Ford AW. Yeah, I got an Atlas, an original one. They are awesome. And compared to the Chinese knockoffs that you're seeing all over the internet, there is definitely no comparison. I've had a few of the knockoffs and that you buy for like $40 compared to like 400 or something for the Atlas, whatever it was. I bought mine years ago. There's absolutely no comparison, and every knockoff from China, from eBay, is all falling apart. You definitely get what you pay for, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I when I first got the Atlas bipod, I said to myself, I looked at it and said, is this really going to hold a gun up? I'm not really sure it's going to. But then once you use one, you just, and it should last you a long time too. I just give it a spray once in a while on the working parts. You don't really have to.
Yeah.
But I do, WD-40 or a bit of inox or something like that. Mate, off we go to the races. You'll never have to probably worry about replacing it. Maybe the little rubber feet or something like that eventually. But, fantastic bipod for sure.
I bought the Australian add-on kit. Did a video on them for them years ago, and they have the spikes and everything, magnetics, bases that all click onto the Atlas. Mate, worth their weight in gold, especially the big long titanium spikes when you're shooting off the ground, especially at long range. Definitely worth it. We've got our first super chat. Awesome. Thank you very much. Bringing this up here from our friend
Andy,
Rocky.
1234777 says, I love duck hunters. Don't tell Uncle Andy, aka Daniel Andrews.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Lockie, and thank you for your donations you send us. It's now the only reason that the show is going through your donations. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this. That's for sure. But really do appreciate that. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
So,
Philip says loves jerky. The wife's perfected dehydrating. Yeah, jerky's pretty easy to make, I reckon. Absolutely, I quite like the jerky. I didn't even think about that, but tacos, mincing it up. I got a big ass. I think it was, where was it from? You know, Hare and Forbes. I think it was Hare and Forbes actually. One of their I think it's the Carnivore. It was some generic name anyway, but it's one of their commercial minces. I think $600-700, maybe 800. I don't know, somewhere around there. Big unit though, but it's actually quite quiet for what it is. Actually, I think it's like 2 horsepowers of like mulching, grinding power. So I can't wait to use it. I've had it for like a year and a half, and I haven't had a chance to put any animals through it. But when you think about it, it is kind of morbid, isn't it? You shoot a deer and then you mince the bastard through a mincer. Kind of a harsh way to come out of it when you think about it. Gets shot, then gets minced. You know, poor bugger. You know.
I don't think he really knows that he's being minced.
No, he doesn't know
by that stage.
Still.
But you talk to a vegan, they probably do think that though. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm actually off to Hare and Forbes tomorrow. I'm not buying a mincer. You're gonna have to find out. Go sign up to my other channel. The link is in the description if you want to see what I have brought and why I've brought it. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, then they make a lot of repair parts too. I mean, you know, I wish I'd have you know, got one earlier. I used to have one of the old Kenwood ones whilst that did the job. Very loud, like I almost had to wear like, you know, earmuffs that you do when you're mowing lawns and stuff like that. It was just, you know, absolutely horrible, you know, but this one's really quiet. Like it's just sort of just hums away, like barely anything to it. So definitely an item worth having. In saying that too, like just we'll ask a question. I got a question for people, minces and so forth. What's some other equipment for animal breakdown that you guys would recommend? I mean, I got a mincer. You know, I really regretted not having a saw on the weekend to saw this, you know, deer's, you know, I hate to say it, but saw his head off. So bone saw and stuff like that. What do you guys recommend? What brands? Tell us what else we need. I've already got quite a lot of equipment, but a bandsaw would be nice, but I got no room for that because I got bloody single car garage. So
yeah, well, mate, go buy a cheap battery chainsaw to cut the heads off.
Yeah, you probably could too. I mean, even a bone saw, like, you know, just a saw from Bunnings probably does the job too. Has little hand saws, the pull out ones. You know, just lop the legs off at the knees and the front legs. You know, break them down. But yeah, I had to break it right down because I've only got a small fridge, so I had to debone. But you know, some of the other guys, they like the ribs. I'm not too crash hot on it. Not big on the neck. I normally just take front legs, back straps, tenderloins. Am I missing something? Back straps, tenderloins, front legs, back legs. Yeah, it's pretty much about it, I think. So, anyway.
Well, on my 50th birthday, a mate of mine made up a massive Polish goulash with fresh venison that he caught, and it was a huge hit. People there, I didn't tell anyone what it was, and they absolutely loved it, and they couldn't believe it when I told them it was fresh venison. They'd never had it before. This was absolutely amazing, eh? Absolutely amazing. Cooked for like 10 hours.
Yeah.
Yep. This was unbelievable. This. Thank you to Willie Yarty, Howard, for the super chat. Still waiting over 8 months for my Queensland gun license. Geez, that sounds like going for your pistol license, not your rifle. That's bad. Already complained to the minister, and nothing has happened over it. Yeah, I guess they don't really care right now because they're going into election modes and that sort of thing. But yeah, that's bad. That is shocking.
Aaron, that's a good one. He goes, Jace, they all end up the same way. SHIT is poo. So I guess, yeah, we do eat them. They do turn into poo, I guess, at the end of the day. That is true, exactly. I guess. Peter Gray said we have a pressure canner preserver for excess meat and no refrigeration, just jars on the shelf. Interesting. Where can I find out more? Sounds very interesting. Never even heard. I mean, I've heard of people canning stuff and jarring stuff, but yeah, let me know where to go to find more information. Sounds very interesting.
Yeah, thank you to Jack Daniels. Congratulations on the deer. Happy eating. Thank you, Jack. Great supporter of the show. Thank you.
Yeah, reciprocating saw, not a bad idea. Pruning shears, says Phantom HD. Tenderloins under the ribs, the best. Yeah, I do like them as well. Very delicious. Bone saw, says Major Buzzkill. Bone saw is good. Ribs are fantastic.
A lot of people are saying that. Take my set. Just a hacksaw. You can pack in the backpack. Yeah, hacksaw will work well.
Hey,
Yep.
with the hacksaw, what teeth? Does it matter what teeth? I mean, what specific teeth would I need to go through some bone? Obviously, what bigger the better, finer the better. What's the story?
Most hacksaws, the teeth are pretty fine. If it's an actual hacksaw. Finer would go through it. Go through steel or go through bone, all right.
I like the idea of a battery-powered reciprocating saw because I don't use hand tools. That's why they invented power tools.
Because most of those blades are only like about that long. So I'd go the actual battery chainsaw and just hook straight into it. Sort of like a horror movie, like you're living a horror movie, something a bit different.
Peter says, video on how to cook venison, Jace. Nah, I'm not really a cook kind of guy. Those videos don't really rate, man. I'm making a hunting video at the moment. I don't know when I'm going to release it. I haven't finished it yet. I spent most of today on it, to be brutally honest. Like, I think I'm only 10 minutes in. Takes hours and hours and hours and hours to complete.
Yep. I've got, for my other channel, man, I've got over 15 videos made. And this weekend, I'm filming 2 more videos. And I haven't even made them. I've filmed them. I just haven't edited them. I'm halfway through the next one because everyone keeps asking, and it's been doing. I'll tell you what's been going off lately is all the shorts. Get better views on the shorts than I do on the bloody videos.
Not bad. What's Foxy says? Don't you take the lips and the buttholes to make? You used a different word there to make deer sausages. Nah, I just tend to use the. Sometimes some people don't like the taste of venison. So the easiest way to do it is jerky. Burgers. I find tacos, stews, things like that. The schnitzels is pretty good, I think, too. Schnitzels is fantastic. Bit of that. What do they call that? What's that? I was talking about it yesterday. The crumb coating, the Japanese one. You guys will know in the comments. I'm sure you'll let me know in a minute. And then a bit of sour cream, huh?
Not teppanyaki.
Nah, teppanyaki. No. Hang on, what's the guys? Come on, you guys know in the comments. I'm going to scroll down. It's the Japanese breadcrumbs, Anyway, add a bit of sour cream and a bit of sweet chili. Oh man. On like a bed of mashed potato if you want. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Panko. Angela got it. Panko. 1 point for Angela. Thank you. She's correct.
Yep.
She was first.
Geez, what are we looking at here? I'm just about to
sneeze. Just a hacksaw. Put some chili in it. Can't go wrong, says Tankmeister. Yeah. Big Toe TV. Peanut butter venison stir fry out in the field to fork. Meant for rabbit, but Venny awesome. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I have heard that, and a bit of you can cut them up. I saw this on one of the guys, I think it was, on one of the YouTubes. I can't remember, but you get a bit of that I've lost my train of thought again on the noodles. Indo mee goreng. Everyone knows the mee goreng, and then they put a bit of venison, they just fry it up, bit of peanut butter.
The soft noodles.
Yeah, well, they're hard, but you put them in the hot water, for about 4 or 5 minutes. They soften up. You add the little condiment packets on top after you've drained it. Add a bit of
noodles.
Yeah. You never heard of Indo mee goreng? Come on, dude. Where have you been?
I've heard of goreng. Yeah.
Mee goreng, Indo mee's the brand. But you add a bit of that, bit of peanut butter, and off to the races. Not bad for certainly not bad for a hunting meal. You're probably, not going to have it at home, but I think it tastes pretty good anyway.
Like satay. Yeah. M. Gabriel said, yes, Shooting Stuff Australia. Do you have 80% pistol frames down there? I'm assuming you're from America. No, we don't. Pistols are very, very highly regulated. We can't shoot them on private land. They do everything to take them off us. And these sorts of pistols we have are very, very restrictive. So we might do a pistol talk in a week or so's time and talk about pistols, actually, because I get asked a lot about it and the whole process. So I've been getting more and more into my pistol shooting. I've got quite a few and seem to be doing that quite a bit. I was meant to do a case last night, but the Wendell range had to cancel everything because one of them got Wu flu and the pistol range is shut for the week.
Yeah.
Now, how long is this crap going to go on for?
Years, probably. Neil Constantinow, backstrap stakes and red stags. Yes. Ronnie Blackhawk, AHP Outdoors. Robbo from Bold Action Productions does that with noodles. Yep. I actually had breakfast with Steve on what's today? Wednesday? Yesterday. Tuesday morning. So nice fella. We hung out for a couple of hours, had a chat, and yeah, it was good. Compared binos and discussions and cameras and so forth. Yeah, really, really top fella. So yeah, it was a pretty good meeting. I've been talking to him a lot on the phone, but just never, he's from Melbourne, so never been able to meet in person. So it was good to finally meet in person.
Good stuff. And Southern Star Review, smoked backstrap wrapped in bacon.
Yep. I reckon that'd be a hit too.
Yeah. Well, bacon makes everything good. Everything good.
Guys, you don't want to know what Aaron eats. Every time I ring him, he's eating something weird or, very plain. He used to make this. What's that one he used to make? He used to tell me he used to make like
chili.
4 or 5 kilos of chili. Just slop. Absolute slop.
Oh, beautiful. I make the best chili, guys. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. He even makes all the sauces and everything all from scratch. Yeah, guys, I'm lying. He just buys the shit out of a bag. So don't worry about it.
And I had my own touch to it. It's really nice. I'm not a food person. I'm too busy. I get home from work and I'm working till dark or into the evening every time.
It's eating Chinese. What else do you like? What else do you have? You just eat that chili shit.
Chinese, chili. A couple of nights a week, beer and potato chips for dinner.
Anyway, hey, is there any? We'll just go a bit off topic for a sec, just for a joke here. We'll talk about the Indomie and the McGorang 2-minute noodles, or basically like ramen, whatever the hell you want to call it, with the venison and the peanut butter. What else do you guys put in there? What's the best 2-minute noodles? Is Indomie the best? I'm finding it's going to be hard to beat that. Let us know in the comments, guys. What do you go to 2-minute noodles?
I reckon the chicken flavor.
Nah, dude, you're not Continental. What's that? What's the chicken brand, guys, in the yellow bag? What's that one? If that's the one he's talking about, you should be ashamed. Nah,
chicken with salted crackers broken up on top of it.
Shame on you, dude. Shame on you. Everyone's saying tonkatsu noodles. Oh, we've had a couple. Southern Star Review. Yeah, Maggi. Okay, he's not saying Maggi. He's just because we didn't know what it was, so he's just telling us it's Maggi. But that's disgraceful, man. Maggi noodles, like compared to Indomie, disgraceful, man.
Thanks to our friend Andy. We'll quickly bring him up for the super chat. I'm surprised as your credit card worked.
Well, hey, the government credit card, just swipe.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, tonkatsu noodles, people have said. Let me have a look at that. Tonkatsu. I reckon that'd probably be good out in the bush, I reckon. I don't mind hot, just not too hot. Indomie is good by default. Avoid the Maggi plastic. Major buzzkill. Yeah, exactly. Aaron has no idea what he's talking about. Just add chopped bacon and eggs to 2-minute noodles. Chopped bacon and eggs. Eggs cooked or before the eggs cooked? Which one? Just crack the egg in there while it's cooking or what? Let us know.
Mr. Wonderful, I fry up Spam with 2-minute noodles. Yeah. Prison food. Awesome.
Aldi teriyaki on me goreng. That's from Peter. Aldi teriyaki, is that the meat, or you talk about just the Aldi teriyaki sauce or seasoning? Let us know. I don't know what you're talking about, but I want to try it if it's good.
Jason fried up some Spam for us. When we went,
ain't nothing wrong with Spam, man. Ain't nothing wrong with Spam.
I didn't mind it. Then we had all this beautiful bacon and eggs, and he ended up just tipping the whole lot over into the fire.
It wasn't. It was one sausage. I actually did that on the weekend again too. I've been using the grill up the wrong way, right? So with the grill, it's got no lip on the grill. And then we're looking at it, like I've used this like 4 or 5 times hunting. And then everybody goes, hang on a minute. Is that upside down? Aren't we supposed to be doing it the other way? So there's actually a lip on the other side, so it doesn't actually roll off, or the snangers don't roll off. So I've been using it totally the wrong way. What a dickhead I am. Maggie Rock says, Stan, long range mention of Mance. No, come on, Stan. You've been a great contributor. That's just sacrilegious. What else we got?
I'm miles away from the. Oh, yeah, we got down to the bottom here now. Yeah.
Sorry, prison food, says Steve Savitt. Yeah, that's what Aaron's all about. He does the prison food just for a guy that's not in prison.
Yeah, I haven't got time for making big fancy meals. I'm way too busy.
Here we go. Static Pessimist. Ramen Bomb. Is that a brand? 2-minute noodles, powdered mash, and Spam. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. That's an interesting combo.
Yeah, I don't mind the old what is it? The Deb potatoes.
That is prison food, man. Anyway, hey, interesting topic. Let's go off top. We're going to go back on
who doesn't like? Okay, guys, who doesn't like Deb potatoes? Especially when you're out hunting, out on camping. Don't be hunting, even if you're out on hunting. But here's a funny one. I've got a funny story with this. Harps. Buy a slow cooker. I had a slow cooker, and I made this recipe: Italian pork chops. Put it in there for like 10 hours or whatever it said. And I'm someone who is so pedantic about. I read everything down, and when I do a recipe, like I weigh everything to the grain of salt. I made this. I ate the first thing, spat it out. It was awful. I threw the rest out to my my dog, and he wouldn't even eat it. He just turned his nose up at a big pile of pork chops, and that was it. The cooker went straight in the bin.
Yep. Let's have a look. Deb mash is great, says Tracer. Southern Star Skippy backstrap, green Thai curry on jasmine rice cooked on the fire. Not bad. Not bad at all. You guys are cheap. Ichiban is the best instant noodle. Ichiban. Okay, Ichiban. I'm writing that down. We've got Ichiban.
Where the hell's that made? I don't eat anything that comes from China or Asia. No way.
Yeah, you're going to buy instant noodles from Australia. Yeah, you will. You'll buy that shit Maggi, that crap, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Good Australian brand.
Mr. John Boy says he likes Deb. Come on, there was someone I read here that said they didn't like it. All right, sorry. Yes, guys, we have not done the roll call. I'm going back to it now because everyone's friggin' saying in the comments. All right, Andy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 777, Aaron Johnson, Blue Simons, Bluebird. Haven't seen Bluebird before. Sorry if we've missed you, mate. Brendan Davies, they're done, 181. Colin Penfold, D40, a static pessimist, Fox 860. Gary Snelling, welcome, Gary. I haven't seen you before. Sorry if you've been here. Harps 666, Griffo 117, Jason Woodland, Lockie, looking over hell. M. Gabriel, Major Buzzkill, Mark Duncan, Mickey G, Mr. Wonderful, Mr. John Boy, Neil H, not MKR Buster. That's interesting. Peter Grace, me guide. Peter Sat out, Phantom HD, Philip Walter, Ray Thomas, Rob's Woodworking, Robert Zero, Rob Patrick, Ronnie Blackhawk, SA Feral Shooter. Check out his channel. He's busting bunnies. Check out his channel. Salty Skippy, Shane Stewart, Southern Star Review, long-time friend and listener. And thank you. He sent me some really nice toys for me lawn care channel. So what a top bloke he is. Stan Long Range Pensioner Man, Steve Savick, Tank Meister, Tiny Budgie, Tracer 123. Tube User C1, Vitrix 300, West Covina Dodge. Our friend Pat over there from California listening in. Welcome back. Haven't seen you for a few weeks. West Covina, a.k.a. Pat from California.
Yeah. Okay, so there was a comment, Jason, something we have to talk about before we go any further. As miles up, I saw it. Aaron Johnson said, it wasn't being horrible or anything, of course. He said, surprised at the something along the lines of surprise the show's on tonight. Well, guys, the show's not going to be every week. It's going to be when I have time. My business has taken off, and I am doing insurance work, and sometimes I have to work late. Like last week, I didn't get home to about 8:45 at night, and I worked like a 15, 16-hour day. I'd leave home at 4 in the morning to go to work, like I did this morning, and been up since 3 o'clock, so I can't do this every week. Jason's got commitments. He's not going to be here for next few weeks, and I am trying to build up the other channel as well because I'm not getting banned and all from the other channel, thank God. So that's basically where it's at, and I make no money out of this channel, and work has to come first. And like last week, it was a bit of a job. My business, I normally do a few jobs free for people a year. And like I just did a job last year. I've plastered an entire house for a wounded returned veteran for nothing. He paid for materials, and last week's job was for an elderly couple They lost absolutely everything in the flood, so I worked well into the evening to help them out and to so they can get some form of life back. So my business I pick and choose a few jobs a year that I don't charge the clients for. It's normally return vets or the elderly. So I have to. That was why I wasn't here last week. So and I'm trying to build up the Building Stuff Australia channel. So I really appreciate if you went and subscribe. The link down in the description. I'm in my shed continuously building and designing things. So yeah, between my job, running my business, and trying to actually have a bit of peace and quiet and mind building things in my shed that you can go and have a look at. You can definitely see what I'm doing. And I'm going to do the odd live stream from the shed as well. I'm saving up, got to save up for another computer because my laptop broke not long ago. Because if I want to stream from down in the workshop, I need a laptop for that. So that's basically where I'm at with this channel. I make no money. I make on Shooting Stuff Australia. It's about $200 a month is all I bring in. And I'm just pumping so much time into it. And after almost 10 years now, hardly making a single cent. It's just taking up more time than I can give to it. So, and I really want to build the building channel up because I've spent my entire life savings setting up that channell with building the shed and the workshop.
Yeah, it's
So that's basically where
looking
we're at.
good.
Yeah.
Looking
So
good.
if you guys haven't been there
Yeah,
and,
it's
and
looking
looked at it,
good.
please go
You're
and
playing
have a
something
look.
really
So if
good.
you guys, oh yes,
You're
sorry,
playing something, dude.
yeah, sorry,
Sorry.
yeah, just went off. I was trying
Come
to bring
through
up
it.
the other website. Yeah, so that's where we're at, guys.
And
So I
sorry, I
don't have
didn't
much
read all the
time.
people because they're saying some people saying they got missed out. Sorry, guys. Yeah, they're not coming up. Not everyone's coming up in there. I've got no idea why. This happens every single week that people aren't coming up in the participants when they lay a comment. So I don't know how long that takes when we're doing it. If you're doing it while we're doing it, I've got no idea because a lot of people get missed. I know Matt Cato gets missed a fair bit too, but I'm reading them all as they supposedly come up, and I thought the participants were people that laid comments. I'm sure that's how it works.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
no, I'm not really too sure how that works as well.
yeah. Sorry,
Uh,
guys. Yeah, I know. I'm reading about 3 or 4 comments from people that got missed out. I'm really sorry they did not come up. My bad. Yeah, it's
yeah,
weird, man. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It happens every single week. Always seems to be poor Matt Cato. We haven't seen him tonight, so maybe he's coming in a bit later. But yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, thank you for the nice comments as well. I just have to tell you what's going on. I just don't have much time on my hands anymore with work and commitments and the other channel. And I just turned 50 and I actually want to start enjoying myself. Hey, if I could make money out of this and get more sponsors, I would do this basically every single night if I could. But there's just no money in this. And to be devoting tons and tons of time, especially all the prep work I do, looking up articles and all that sort of stuff as well. So
Here we go.
um,
We've got a good one. Hey guys, if you could only shoot fallow deer, I'd like
yeah,
to shoot all deer if I get the opportunity. But what would your go-to cartridge be? Help out SA. I don't know. They're all good, man. I mean, you know, I'd say 243 and upwards, definitely. Ideal cartridge, definitely
uh,
6.5. Fallow deer are only fairly small, but they can get pretty big, man. A couple of the boys that the guys shot on the weekend were pretty darn big. So if I'm like definitely going to shoot a 6.5, I'd say would be the smallest. Yeah, you can do it with 243 with like 95s or 100s. It'll easily do the job. But you know, if you're not as experienced, or even me. Hey, when that deer popped out, I wasn't as nervous. I remember there was a day before one of the huntsmen, right? It was getting dark. Yeah, it's about 20 minutes before dark, and I heard it coming down through the bushes, croaking, and so I just started going, trying to pretend I'm, and it's getting closer and closer. It's coming towards me. Then my mate ended up walking up around the corner, and then he's really good at calling. So he starts calling. It's getting closer. And my legs, man, I've never had this before. Only very rarely, a couple of times in my life, where my legs were just shaking, almost like as if I was going to like fall over. Like I was so just, where is it? I can't see it. Is it going to pop its head out right in front of us? It was just, that jelly legs is the only way I could put it. But Yeah, well, let us know in the comments. But if I'm serious about shooting fella, I think you get anything, in the 7mm plus. I think he's absolutely fantastic. You've got 7mm weight, you've got 270, 7mm Magnum. You've got what else? We got 308, obviously 3006, fantastic calibers, 300 Win Mag, 300 WSM, 300 PRC. You're getting pretty big there. Like sort of those calibers, but they all do the job. Absolutely, definitely. So some great calibers there to think about. Man, really a lot of calibers will do the job. Don't worry about calibers. Just get out there and start hunting them, mate. Don't worry about calibers. Too many people concentrate. Dead is dead. 308, 3006, 7 mag, 708, 270.
Yeah. I'm using my main hunting rifles now. I just sold the 308. There's 223 and 3006. I actually love my 223, like a laser beam.
Mm.
And my 3006, I've loaded up with hot loads, super hot, like max as you can possibly get. You hear the crunching of the powder as you're putting the projectile in, and that thing just shoots dead straight. I've got a video of me shooting my hunting rifle at 1,000 meters, and unlike other channels I've been seeing lately here in Australia, it really is 1,000 meters I shoot at. So, yep, you can shoot your hunting rifles out that far, but I wouldn't recommend it on an animal unless you're 100% certain you're going to actually get a kill shot. But yeah, they do work
also
out.
saying too. Sorry, go. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's what I get as well. One of the biggest questions I get, people talk about hunting rifles. Want a hunting rifle I can do long range and target shooting with. So there really isn't any all-in-one magic rifle. I still recommend you best just to set up one for hunting and one for target shooting, because totally different scopes, different loads, everything.
And it all depends on where you're hunting. This is what it comes down to. If you're hunting, you got access to private property, some really good open lands, that aren't real thick. You can see 500, 600, 800 in some places on the farm. If you can drive your cut up to a hill, get out, sit on a hill, and you know where they're going to come out, you can certainly do that. But if you're hunting, sometimes like I do, state forest where you can't see 20 meters in front of you, no point carrying a big heavy barreled, how many stories we heard on the weekend, people just walked around a corner, 2 steps, bang, deer are staring them in the face at 10 meters. So, and people are saying here, very good point here too, depends on whether you're reloading, right? If you're not going to reload, then I would stick to, as Big Toe TV said here, 308, those main calibers, because they're probably 308s, probably of the heavier calibers, is probably going to be your cheapest. What would you say? A question for you, Aaron, or both of us, I guess. Yeah. People saying what pills? I'd probably definitely go, fallow. You don't have to go heavy, but you're really going to go 150, probably 150s to 180s in 308, maybe 150, 160, 168. 150 will do the job, no problem.
Well, I'm running 150s in my 3006. That's why it's so flat and so fast, and they're going out at 3,000 feet a second. So, yeah, I'm running 150s in the 3006, I should say. Sorry, the 3006. Flat, extremely fast, and most hunting is up to about 300 meters. So as long as you've got a rifle that can get you dead on at 300 meters, and I find with the hot loads of 3006 at 150s, there's not really any major holdover at all. So you pretty much just point it at its head. At 300 meters, I'll go at the top of the head, and the head comes off. So that's what I recommend. Try and get a fast, flat shooting round. Ballistic tips, I reckon, definitely. They definitely do the job. And I just use. I've always had good luck with Hornady ballistic tips. The A tips, the really expensive ones, I got a video on those. They're okay, but worth the money? Not at all. I wouldn't pay that sort of money for the A tips. I think they're called. The aluminium tips and that. Nice, they look good, but I would not pay.
But if you are long range shooting, people are probably going to go against me here. But if you're going to reload, I'd start to consider. Again, depends on distance. Any bullet's going to do the job close up. But probably once I start getting rid of a lot of my hunting rounds, as in for reloads pills, I'm probably going to go to a lot of them match bullets. I just like the trajectory. I like the ballistic coefficient. So, it depends on what you're doing. But if you're buying, just loads off the shelf, just, stick to your general hunting rounds. 150s to 180s, but Aaron's probably right. 150 to 170, I think, probably is going to be, good. But again, deer's not going to go, I just got stung with a 168 over a 150.
Yeah, I'm going to run away. No, well, look, at my long range 308 I'm loading up 150 Sierra Match Kings, and I've had best group, five group at 1,000 meters with 100 with 150s and 308 at 100 mils. So 4 inches at 1,000 meters with a 308. Just medium loads. They weren't hot loads of Sierra Match Kings 150s. We got
and
a
Matt
thing here.
Cato's joined us on the live stream, so welcome, Matt. We're just talking about you a bit earlier, actually. So, but Andy makes a good, even though I don't know if this is a joke, but it's actually a legitimate comment. I think I don't know if he means it to be legitimate. Hopefully he does, but he says I use a bigger caliber to compensate for accuracy. Yeah, well, again, some people are not like I know I'm not. I sit and wait. I sit in my little chair and I sit. I put my knee on my thing and I aim my gun like this, man. And I'm normally good up to, about 130 to 150 meters. If I'm doing that standing free shot when I'm seeing a deer just standing like this, ain't Buckley's and none of me hitting it at anything more than about 50 or 60 meters. Because it takes experience to do that. And shooting offhand like that or freehand just standing up, it's a lot, especially when you're seeing a buck right in front of you at 100 and your legs are shaking and your heart's racing because you just hill, or your heart's racing just because you've seen a deer. You tend to miss a lot. It's happened to me a couple of times. So that's a valid point, using big calibers to make sure you get the job done. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, exactly. It's just for a second. It's a super
No,
chat
that's
here,
right.
Jace. Bush Ranger, hey fellas, perhaps you could look at creating a membership system like the NEC's done, maybe a hunting group in Queensland. Definitely want to keep the stream going. Thank you for the super chat, of course, Bush Ranger, lovely bloke, big supporter of the channel.
There's already clubs going around, and
we haven't got time to start up a club, at all.
There's about 50 million clubs at the moment.
There's the members. Well, YouTube's got this membership program. You give like $5 a month. My Patreon's down to nothing now. I get hardly anything from Patreon. That's almost gone. Was up about 60 now. I think I've got under 20 people on Patreon, and that's just going down every week. So how many? Tell me in the comment section, if I started up this membership program, how many of you would sign up for like $5 a month to help out the live stream? I see a lot of people every week. We get thousands of views a week on these live streams, and all the older live streams, they keep going up as well. So if I started the membership program on YouTube, how many people would donate $5 a month? And thank you very much for the thing.
Matt says projectiles are more important than caliber. Yeah, I would probably agree with that. Long range burgers or ELDs. Yeah, Stephen. Yeah, I did do an interview ages ago with the guys from Burger. Yeah, really nice guys. I tell you what, mate, they've got business savvy tech down pat, mate. They were asking me for details and writing up discussions in their magazine about the podcast, and it was absolutely Garrett. I think it was Garrett. Garrett, was it Garrett? I can't remember his name offhand. It was a while ago. But real good company to deal with, mate. As I emailed them, they were straight onto it. Very good company to deal with. Got to give them credit where credit's due, which is a lot to be said about other bullet manufacturers in the industry, which either never got back to you or just uses as tits on a ball.
Or same with gun importers in Australia. Absolutely useless, basically, most of them. No, most of them won't talk to us. Well, I've been told by 2 companies now, we won't be dealing with you anymore because they don't like the topics we talk about in this show. They don't like it, so they won't support me anymore. So stuff them, as far as I'm concerned. Got no time for a lot of stuff in this industry anymore.
It's interesting, because sometimes we talk about the police issue and how they do it because they don't want their guns banned, but the police go and the government ban their guns anyway.
One of the importers said, "Oh no, we don't like the topics you're talking about and all that." No, we don't. Now we always got receipts for what we talk about because public articles on mainstream media, and we talk about that. So it's not like we're making anything up; it's right there. And yeah, and one of them said we won't deal with you because we don't like the sort of topics that you talk about, and basically saying they want to suck up to the cops. And I said to them, well, how's it going? The cops are actually banning one of your pistols in New South Wales, so you suck up to them, and you're losing one of your flagship pistols, New South Wales. So they had no answer for that. I just want to thank Brendan here. Hey guys, it's thank you for the super chat. It's nearly time. It's been about eight more days until the firearms license should be completed. If I don't receive a notification about it being processed, what is the next step? Oh, definitely phone weapons licensing. I'm not
Depends
sure
how
what
long it's
state you're in.
been. Are you in New South Wales, Brandon? Let me know. If not, just go to your local member and say you want them to advocate on your behalf. They'll write to the registry and just say, I've called, can't get any response from these people, no resolve about what's happening with the license. And then you might find you'll be licensed sooner rather than later if you take that step. So if you need any more help, send me an email.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Definitely phone weapons licensing. The squeaky wheel gets.
But I know, but half the time too, man, people call. They just don't care anyway. They only care when you actually go to your local member. Originally, I remember my license was getting renewed. I waited 12 months just for a renewal. I had to go see my local member saying, you go into the shop, you're trying to buy stuff, and even though they can check on the licenses, takes a lot of extra time in the queue for them to go check the license. You're waiting there for an extra 20 minutes. I said, this is ridiculous, man. I'm not waiting there because you can't process a license within a reasonable time frame. And mate, and guess what? As soon as I went to the member, somehow weirdly, flukily, was approved. And then I get a call about a week after that saying, it's been approved. And I said, yeah, well, that's now because, obviously this was just a fluke. It all happened at the same time. But normally, they do tend to jump when the members start writing to them and the police ministers start writing to them and stuff like that, saying what's going on. You tend to sort of go a bit more towards the front of the line, especially if you've been waiting, anywhere like 6, 8, 12 months for a license.
Yeah, like the fella before said, 8 months and it's still going. And here in Queensland, it's unbelievable. But it's either they've cut down staff, or they don't care, or they're being absolutely inundated with people getting their gun licenses. So I think it could be a bit of everything, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I want to find out where he's from. I don't know where he's from. Yeah, no, he said he's in New South Wales. Well, let us know how long's it been. If it's been more than 8 months, man, I'll be straight onto the, because you're going to need at least another 4 weeks before some action gets taken and they get a letter. You just call them up and then follow it up with an email because they'll normally tell you to put it in an email anyway. So you call them, you have the email already there ready to go. And then as soon as you hang up the phone, you press the send button and they'll get it right there and then. Just say, yes, you're not happy with the current service. You expect a reasonable service from public officials in a reasonable time frame.
Yeah, exactly. Southern Stars Review said,
sorry, go on.
All staff are isolating. I know a lot of them are working from home, but I don't know why that should change the speed in that.
That's what I mean. You're less. This is what I don't understand, right? I don't work from home. We're more productive working from home. You don't have to travel. You get up, go to your desk, and start processing. I don't know, honestly, how you can't be more productive working from home when you don't travel. It just doesn't make sense to me, unless they're like taking the piss and just not working when they should be. I don't know what else could be.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do that, playing video games and that, and doing whatever they're doing.
Hang on, guys, I'm approving your license. Hang on, I'm playing Fortnite. What's going on here?
Yeah. Thank you to our friend West Coven Dodge for the super chat. Mr. Wonderful says Google doesn't take a cut for $5 super chats. They most certainly do. I think they've just upped it. They get 40% off no matter what. Ad revenue out of these live streams, I'm getting about $2.50 to $3 per. That's all I get from ad revenue per live stream, and that's after they take their cut. Yeah, they take cuts of absolutely everything. Yeah, you name it, and they just put it up to 40% the other day, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you very much, Dodge, for that. Yeah, they're just feeding pricks, Google. I just don't know what any other way is, really, unless you have a business and you want to come on and be a permanent sponsor. Don't really know how to make this fully functional.
Yeah, exactly. What else we got here? We're just looking at some of the comments coming through. Yeah, so people saying what the situation is. just go see your local member and the police minister. You get a double whammy. Just ring their office, ring one after the other, and have the emails ready to go. Just say, hi, my name's this and this. I applied for the license on this date for this category A and B firearms license. I've been waiting, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, 12 months, whatever it is. I expect a reasonable response to my public officials in a reasonable time frame. I've been calling, can't seem to get it resolved. You're my last resort to get this resolved. And then hit the send button. And then if they, again, wait 2 to 3 weeks, 3 weeks, and then call them up, email them and call them up again. Just say, just ringing up. Have I received a response back from, the gun registry? Half the time, the gun registry will just call you anyway. They'll just call you and say, has this been sorted out, blah, blah, blah. It's the only way to get them to act, guys, because the only real action you can really take.
Yeah, well, he's Phil Walter in Melbourne. You can only call Wednesday and Friday, 10 to 2. Jesus, they really don't want to talk to you. That's definitely, we don't want to help you at all sort of thing. That's for sure.
Listen, it's honestly, they can give you a basic info. Other than that, they'll just say, you've got to wait. That's all they'll say. You just don't. You just call them to say, mark it down, give me a receipt number. That's pretty much it. Then you put that receipt number and thing. So I've called them multiple times, can't seem to get resolved. So I need you to advocate on my behalf.
Yeah, exactly. People are pretty shocked about Google.
Brandon, let me say one thing. Brandon goes, only been 20 days since I submitted it. You'll be waiting here in New South Wales. Maybe 10 months later, you might be lucky, dude. So, don't plan on getting it anytime in the next 6 to 12 months, my friend. Sorry to say that. But, if you're like getting onto them within normally it's 28-day cooling. Years ago, it used to be 28-day cooling off period and about 2 weeks to process, maybe 3. So you're looking about 6 to 7 weeks. That's what it used to be. Now, mate, I said I waited 12 months for a renewal. All they had to do was really just click the button, really. And they couldn't even do that. So,
yep, exactly. Yeah. Everyone's shocked at Google. This is the thing. All these other channels just lie and bullshit to everyone. I'm just up front and telling you everything that happens on the YouTube channel and all that. Southern Star Reviews, 40%. Bloody put your account in the description. Yeah, I could put my PayPal account in there. That's for sure.
Yeah. Sam says, did you see Campbell Newman's interview? He basically supports the NFA. He was the former Premier of Queensland, now running for the Liberal Democrats. Yeah, I mean, I don't really, he's been okay in some areas, Campbell Newman, but,
what do you up here for guns?
Yeah, what do you expect from, former Liberal Party members? I'm just disappointed. Obviously, the Liberal Dems want to sort of use a name for themselves to try and get someone up. Yeah, I don't think it's a good move, to be honest. That disappoints me about them running, LNP rejects that don't really, support freedom and stuff like that. So,
but I got to say, he did. I give him that much. He did well for guns here in Queensland. Now, he got put in like for like swaps, and he was going to push for pistols on private land for hunting and that here. He was going to do that, and he did come out publicly and say he's sick of firearm owners being treated as criminals.
Yeah, but then they say there's things like this NFA crap. So you don't know what to believe. They all say, but if we get in, we'll do something different. I don't know. I don't believe that. A lot of people have been saying this stuff for years. We can't say anything publicly, but if we get in, we'll do this. Well, a lot of these political parties, even pro-gun ones, have been in for, since 96, 22, 26, almost 27 years. And really the only one sort of milestone achievement is really public land hunting in New South Wales. It's really the only sort of milestone thing. The rest of the time, there's nothing really, is there? You can let us know in the comments if there's any other policies, but, anything of any noteworthy, none at all, even small stuff. Give me some small stuff in any state, what's happened, except for you said that. It's not really a major thing, giving a gun in and getting one in return. But, hey, it's better than nothing, better than getting screwed over.
No PTAs. I can just, I'm going to take one of my pistols down and buy a new pistol. Man, just over the counter. Bang. I'll take that. You have that. Walk out with my new gun on the spot.
Southern Star Review says LDP won't let Newman screw. I'll use a different term, screw up. I don't know, man. I mean, I want to see, I do like the LDP. We had Tim Cruin a couple of weeks ago, but I'm hoping these guys in the party are going to have some sway to not let clowns just get in the political party and start acting like Labor and Liberal. We've already seen that with other pro-gun parties. I don't want to see it with, with a freedom party saying the NFA is good. Like it's just not conducive to libertarian values.
Okay.
But Australians don't really understand libertarianism. You got idiots running like, Newman that will agree with one thing but not with another, and it's like, why would you bother with him? But anyway,
I'll try and get him on the show, and he can explain himself, I reckon. This is Matt. My son just got his junior shooter's permit. Sent in early. He got it a few days after his 12th birthday. Just took him hunting for 5 days. That's awesome. Yeah. No. How long did you put it in before he got it? That's what I wouldn't mind knowing. But yeah, hope he enjoyed the hunting trip. That's awesome. Yeah, kids going out hunting.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff, man. I mean, always good to get the kids out there getting the juniors permits, and hopefully they enjoy it.
Yeah.
Some of my mates' kids go deer hunting and they're like not used to the, sitting and waiting and walking and not seeing anything. And then you take your sensors off for just 1 second, and then your deer honks you or grunts at you and runs off, and you're like, all that effort for, just 2 seconds of blowing it, talking or walking too quickly. That's how quick you can screw stuff up.
Yeah, exactly. I'll start buying pre-1900 rifles. No license required in Queensland. Yeah, I wonder where you can actually shoot these pre-19, because you got no license. No. Yeah, what about going out and shooting them anywhere you want? You have to go on major land, or you can just shoot them in your backyard. Well, I'd like to know what the rules are with that to actually use them if you don't have a license. How cool would it be to have a big blunderbuss or something, loaded up with nuts and bolts and everything, and just go nuts?
Yeah, and we're getting back to what we
take that duck hunting.
Yeah. We might even do a talk about people asking about the politics stuff. I mean, we're trying to avoid it this week. Just have a good conversation about shooting and general stuff. So we might do an election special just for a laugh, really, to see what happens. But maybe you never know. Maybe we'll do it on the night of the election. Who knows? Unless I'm busy, we'll see. Yeah,
normally it's late at night when all the results start coming through. We can probably play one of the other live streams off the chat TV stations as it's going, and basically just criticise the mainstream media, like Mark Dice does, and that. It's definitely been a good night, hasn't it, Jason? Just talking about this sort of stuff. Nothing too major this time. Nothing's really happened in the shooting community. There's no real news. I think it's going to be like that for a little while because of the they're in election mode, so they'll forget about guns. But wait till they get in straight away. I reckon they'll start doing some stuff. But the old, that McGowan and WA, full gun law rewriting in the next within about a year's time, they should have all their new laws out, and it is not going to be pretty from what we hear.
Exactly.
So I think there's not going to be much in the way of the gun news. There was a big shooting here, that the mainstream execution style sort of thing. I was going to do that tonight, but I totally forgot because once again I was running late. But I might talk about that next week.
Major Buzzkill says, whichever politician makes a new category for semi-autos will get my vote. Yeah, probably get mine too, to be brutally honest, even if, there's no point worrying about the other ones if they're not actually going to achieve any results on gun reform. So,
my opinion is don't vote for the fake pro-gun parties that have achieved absolutely nothing for us. And especially with the comments that are out on the internet about what they've said, why reward inaction? It's like the woke people. Everyone gets a participation medal. That's just what it's like. They don't do anything for us, so why reward them? And Matt says he'll vote for suppressors. So will I. Yeah, suppressors is a must.
Yeah. But really, is any of these, listen, I don't like to be pessimistic, like Mr. Ecstatic Pessimist here, same sort of name. But, after 10 years, you have to be a little bit pessimistic because, you just got to look at the results, and the results are very poor. I mean, to say the least. Poor is an understatement. Shocking would be very, very similar to what I would think's happened. And we just keep going in reverse politically. We've lost people in WA last election. It's just, we just don't have the numbers. That's the plain and simple. That's why I was talking about the the court-related stuff. But again, that takes a lot of money, a lot of money, which we unfortunately organisations just either don't have, or the ones that do have it just don't want to spend it because, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, every politician that we've talked to, Jason, and we've asked them the question on air or off air during the live stream, what are the chances of getting any of our rights back? And they've all said, forget about it. It is not going to happen. Even Tim Quilty said to us that something absolutely major is going to have to change before we get anything back at all. Another politician I talked to said, getting stuff back, get yourself ready for getting stuff taken off you. You're not getting anything back. You're going to be losing more. So yeah, don't fall into the trap of other people on the internet banging on about we're going to fight and get this and that back. There's a few channels doing that I've seen, and they're basically just all clickbait and that sort of stuff. Because in reality, it's just not going to happen.
But also on the flip side, I mean, this is an interesting one because CG says Campbell Newman bought in 10-year license for A and B, and the like for swabs. It was not about bringing back semi-autos, but cutting red tape, and he wanted pistols on private land. Yeah, I know that's not. It's nice and all, but that's still not enough to get my vote. Unfortunately, just sorry, it's not enough.
What,
but also I don't want
on private land.
No, it's fine. That's good, but again, I'm not saying it's not good, but again, I know he's been realistic, and I don't want people pissing in my pocket telling me just, they're laughing at us behind closed doors saying, we'll just tell them we're going to get this back, but we've got no intention of ever doing it so long as we get their votes. I've got to see some tangible evidence, whether it's, things in Parliament that they're actually pushing for this, introducing legislation. If they're just going to bang on, this is the thing. No one's even banging on from any political party, pro-gun or otherwise, saying this is what they want to actually do, and have a real not say chance, but doing things that makes it look like they're actually trying to achieve it, not just telling like us, even a couple of weeks ago, two bozos on a live stream, that this is what they want with no tangible way of actually trying to achieve it, just telling us. I don't want you to pit them to piss in my pocket either. So 6 to 1, half dozen the other. But again, I like what he's did. That's good.
But he did give us some of the stuff back. And he was going for that, and he got shot down.
I still wouldn't vote for him. Sorry. It's just not enough. It's just not enough for me. It's just not enough.
I think we need to try and get him on, and he can explain everything. I think. Go down to different news. We'll try and do that.
I mean, like I said, some of that stuff is good. Not saying it's not good. What I am saying is just that, I want to see. He's probably got achieved more than some of the pro-gun parties.
He did here in Queensland, 100%. Yeah, he actually got things through, 100%. Yep, left them for dead. A Liberal actually got a Liberal Party member actually got something back for us.
Yeah, well, like I've been saying for ages, this is a different election for me. This time it's a freedom thing. Obviously, my pro-gun parties are going to go first, as pro-gun as they get, and then basically go down from there for preferences. We need to, these stinking two-party, Labor and Liberals need to go. So I know it's not going to happen, but at least we can try, make it as a rougher time for the major parties as possible. I mean, they're even saying, did you read yesterday too, before we get off this topic, because we weren't going to get on this topic tonight, but, both major parties think they're going to be ruling out working with any independents. So they may, if there is a hung parliament, they'll send the Australians back to the polls again to vote again and spend billions and billions of dollars, people having to possibly vote again. I know they say that, but will they actually do that? Because generally people don't like being pulled away again a couple of weeks after the election or a month after the election, having to vote again and pissing the voter constituency off. So that just turns people more away from the major parties trying to do that. So,
yeah, well, so that's good they're saying that then, because it'll turn them off them.
So that means they're scared. That means they're scared that the minor parties are going to do pretty well. They reckon it's up to about 30%, which is the biggest ever in history. So,
just keep having votes till you get the result you want. That's called a dictatorship.
Yeah, so vote for the major party so one of us gets in, so we don't have to have a hung parliament and work with independents. So, but they've said that many times, and I don't think it's ever happened. Let me know. You guys might know more than me in that. Have they ever called another election based on hung parliaments? At an election every in 3 years, whatever it is. Let us know. I don't think they have, but I could be proven wrong from maybe when there was one many years ago. I'm not sure.
Yeah, exactly. All righty, well, we might wrap it up. Been a good night. It's been a fantastic night. So thank you very much, guys. And before you go, if you could head over to my other channel here, Building Stuff Australia, and subscribe. I just need another 300 odd subscriptions, then I can hopefully get monetized and go watch all the videos, especially the longer videos, and help me get past that line. I've only got a couple of months to go before I can actually get subscribed, get monetized for that channel. So please head over to that and head over to Jason's other channel, Lush Cut Lawns, and have a look at what he does there. He's absolutely killing it on the internet. So please go. So please go and suss out our other channels. I've got a new video on that channel coming out hopefully sometime over the weekend, and you can find us on Instagram as well on Building Stuff Australia. So I'd really, really appreciate if you guys could help me out there. That would be awesome. So thank you very much, Jason, and thank you for everybody who participated tonight. And please hit that subscribe button and give a comment down below. It helps the algorithm out, and we can keep on talking. So thank you very much, guys. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you in 7 days. And thank you, Jason.